Adult school. And we're going to give the adult school to Esperanza. Okay? All right. What place is this? This is the church. We're going to give the church to Rosalba. Okay? What place is this? Okay, we're going to give the restaurant to Juan.
In this low intermediate level adult ESL class, the instructor, Adriana Sanchez Aldana, begins today's lesson with a review of previously studied vocabulary.
Okay, what place is this? Clothes store. Clothes store. Okay, or clothing store. Carmen, you get the clothes store. Okay, what place is this? Post office. Okay, Josefina? You have some of these pictures now, okay? I want the people who are sitting on this side of the room who have pictures to come and stand in the front, okay? That means Rosalba.
After reviewing the names of buildings in the community, Adriana continues her review by using the pictures to practice prepositions of place.
I'm going to say a sentence and you tell me yes or no, okay? The library is between the shoe store and the clothes store.
No.
No, or no it isn't. That's good, okay? The supermarket is between the church and the library.
No.
Yes or no? No. Okay. The church is between the supermarket and the shoe store. Yes. Okay. The library is next to the supermarket.
No.
No. This map has many of the places that we talked about with the pictures, doesn't it? Many of the
In the final review activity, Adriana has the students identify the buildings they just reviewed and locate them on a map.
And here? What can you say about the park and the restaurant? The park? Right, the park is next to the restaurant. Oscar, can you tell me about the school?
The school is between the supermarket and the post office.
Between the supermarket and the post office, okay? Can you tell me something about the school and the bank, Patricia?
The review serves as a lead-in to the new lesson, and it gives them a mindset for the day's activities or the day's lesson. Generally, you would want to do maybe a 5 to 15 minute review to introduce the students to the lesson. You wouldn't want to make it too much longer than that.
We practiced the buildings that you had and your little map, okay? We're going to do another activity in a different way to look at maps, because there are many, many different ways to look at maps. The map that you had, this paper had the names of every place. It said library, bus station, school, okay? But sometimes the maps don't do that. Sometimes the maps have numbers. Sometimes the maps go alphabetical order. Sometimes the maps go shoe stores, toy stores, okay? There are many different kinds of maps. We're going to look at one kind of map this morning.
Adriana has begun the introduction of today's new material by stating the lesson objective. Now she has the students tape the pictures of the buildings to the board.
I think it's very important to let the students know what the plan is for the day or what their objectives are for the day. These are adult learners, and they like to feel that they are a part of the lesson and what's going on. If they know where they're headed, it gives them a sense of accomplishment at the end of the day to know that the teacher had some plans for them. They've accomplished those plans, they've accomplished those goals, and they can see a result. The reason that I had the students go to the board with the pictures of the buildings was to make that relation, to make that transfer to their own lives. In case they could not make the transfer of just the pictures of the buildings and then all of a sudden to see the picture of the map, this was a step that would help them. Another thing that sometimes helps is to get the students moving around and actually physically doing some of the placement rather than just having the teacher do all of the placement. The students are up and active and know that they have a part, and they pay close attention to what their task is.
These 4 stores are these 4 stores, the same thing.
After the students have taped the pictures to the board,
This map
Adriana
is a
begins
little
the
bit
next
different.
part of the
We're going
lesson,
to use
how to use a map key.
Numbers. This is store number 1. This is store number 2, number 3. The numbers that I use here also are going to be the numbers for the stores that I have here. Okay, so this is store number 1. Oh, this is too high. This is store, well, okay. Whoops. That's store number 1, okay?
I wanted the students to be able to understand the concept of having a key for a map and having a picture of a map that really didn't have very much information, and that's why I used the numbers just on those boxes and then put the numbers next to the buildings that were on the board.
This is one map, and this is the same information. This is the key. This will help you to find a place on this map. Does that make sense to you? Do you understand? Okay, you show me that you understand by telling me, if this is number 1, what place is this? The clothes store. Okay, so the clothes store is store number 1, right? Okay. What about number 3? What place is number 3? The library, okay?
This exercise is a comprehension check.
I wanted to make sure that they understood that they were the same maps representing the same shopping center or same buildings. That's the reason we went through the numbers very carefully, and then I asked the students what's number 1, and they gave me the name of the store.
When you try to find a place, a store, you're looking at a picture that looks like this. It's very small, and there's no room for them to write the names of all of the stores, okay? Because the names are very long, and the little pictures are very small. So what they do is they give you, go ahead. Put the numbers on the little. Right, okay, they put the numbers on the places, and then at the bottom, on the top they draw you the picture. On the bottom, they give you a list of the names of the places, right? Okay, and so this is the kind of map that you're going to practice on now. This same kind of map. Where's the supermarket? I'm looking at my map. Where's the supermarket?
Next is a series of practice activities designed to help the students make the transition from the simple map on the board to a more complex shopping center map.
Between the clothes store and the library. Give me a name of a supermarket. Big Bear.
I wanted to make the transfer of proper names to names of various stores. I wanted it to be something real in their lives, something that they could identify with. These names came from their own life experiences, places that they've been, shopping centers that they had been to.
Why is that important?
Well, it's very important to have the students relate the learning that goes on in the classroom to their lives outside of the classroom. If it doesn't take place, we're not doing a complete job for the students.
You need to work with your partner, okay?
As she passes out copies of a shopping center map she has created, Adriana pairs students who are sitting next to each other.
You need to work again with Ernesto. You need to ask where these stores are in this shopping center, okay? So do you remember you're asking the same question like before, but you're using the information down here. What information is this? The key. Use the key to talk about the stores.
This was a map of an imaginary shopping center. This was not a real shopping center. It was a little bit more complex than the map on the board, but it was still simple. It was a shopping center, a typical shopping center, in the way it might be arranged.
Very good.
Okay, ask him another one. That's good.
What is this good book?
The Disco Boot is across from the Jefferson Toys.
Jeffrey's Toys.
Jeffrey's Toys.
Okay, that's good.
Or between the ladies' shop and the Miguel's Cosmetics.
Okay, you can say Miguel's. That's okay.
Miguel's?
Miguel's.
Oh.
That's okay. You can say it in like Spanish. That's okay.
Students benefit from practice activities because they have the opportunity to actually use the language that is being taught in a protected or controlled environment. They're secure with what they're practicing and are able to internalize it better.
I want to hear some of you give again the examples to the class the way you did before, okay? This map is
After the students have practiced and Adriana has provided feedback to the students on their practice, she gives them the opportunity to demonstrate what they have learned.
Patricia, would you like to do this with Yareni? Everybody look at your map.
Where is the latest shop?
The latest shop is between in casual clothes and the kitchen shop.
Is that good, class? Yes. Okay. All right. Very good. Thank you. Estela, will you ask Carmen a question?
What is the Williams cookware shop?
At the end of the paired practice, I had the students work together as a whole group, and I had students ask the location of the stores. One asked the question, the other give the answer. This helped me to evaluate that the students had internalized what they had practiced and that they were ready for the next step.
The final step of the lesson is an out-of-class assignment. Adriana passes out a map of the San Diego Factory Outlet Shopping Center to each student. The names of some of the stores have been omitted from the key.
Does everybody
Their
have a map?
assignment is to go to the shopping center and fill in the missing names.
How many places are you going to look at? 7 places? Okay, tell me what numbers. So you take your pencil and circle the number. What number? Number 1?
1.
No, not number 1. What number?
4.
Number 4. Everybody circle number 4. Then another number.
5.
Number 5. Another one.
This one was a fun lesson because the shopping center is
the store at number 10.
right
and you need to find out
about
the
a
name
mile
of that store.
away
Another
from
one.
the adult school site that we were at.
16. You need to
And
find out
it's
number 16.
always helpful, I think,
18
if the students
also,
can actually go
okay?
out and apply those things that they've
Number
learned in the
21,
classroom to their
and
lives.